Welcome to this Essential Skills video for Inventor Fusion for Macintosh. This video shows you how to create part models in Fusion. I'll create this part from scratch to show basic Fusion modeling flow and command usage. This part happens to be 1/2 of a tube clamp. We refer to this as solid geometry. In virtual 3D space, it mimics the physical part. It takes up space. It has mass. It has visual appearance. It can be viewed from any angle. We gradually build up a model using a series of sketches and various kinds of extrusions to either add material or remove material. We also use special editing tools to change the part shape directly. The overall process is that we begin the model with foundational shapes and then progressively refine the shape until we reach the intended result. So to begin, I decide on the first portion to create, most likely this mounting base. I create a new document. I click the Line command and select an origin plane. Which plane I select makes no difference. I draw the shape. Here I'm using the Line command to draw the arc. I just click and hold and drag. I add dimensions. Because parts are often symmetric, it's good practice to center the first sketch on the origin geometry so that you can reference the origin geometry in subsequent modeling operations. I project 2 of the origin planes into the sketch. I use dimensions to center the profile on those projected origin planes. We're ready to create that first extrusion. I click Extrude and then select the sketch region. Drag the manipulator to set the depth. I continue with the next shape. This time I select the face to start another new sketch. Select the profile and extrude. I could just drag again, but this time I'll enter a value in the input box. Next, I'll add the clamp portion of the part. Because I centered the foundational sketch, I can conveniently use the YZ origin plane for the next sketch. I select the plane in the browser and then click Create Sketch. I'll project this edge into the sketch so I can reference it. Notice the midpoint of the projected line highlights as I pause the cursor. I click to place the circle on the midpoint. The profile is covered by other geometry, so I click and hold over the profile to select it from the Select Other menu. Because I want the extrusion to extend equally on either side of the sketch plane, I select Symmetric from the Direction menu. I select Join to add material. I can create the sketch for the cut on this face. This time I'll select Cut from the Operation menu. Now I'll add a hole. I create a sketch point as a reference for the hole. I click the Hole command and place the hole on the sketch point. I drag the manipulator to change the hole diameter. I can again take advantage of the origin symmetry and mirror the hole. I use the XY plane as the mirror plane. I'll use the same process to create the other two holes, and I'll speed things up a little here. Now we'll add a couple finishing features. Let's add fillets. I select one edge, then another. The edges are filleted in one operation. I add rounds. And chamfers. Finally, I'll make a couple edits to the geometry. First, I use the press-pull command to move these faces. I modify the rounds. I decide I want to replace these chamfers with fillets, so I use delete to remove the chamfers. In summary, we see that the modeling is cumulative, beginning with a foundational extrusion, then progressing through additions and subtractions and various edits. As you work with Fusion, you will discover that there are often multiple methods for achieving a given result. Check help for further details.